down in Australia is going to completely die off. Alright, so that 11% that we've lost here doesn't sound too bad anymore, but it is still a big enough number. Now, I know you guys are on your second day here now. I'm sure most of you have already started to realize that here in Bermuda, we like to keep things extremely simple. Alright, so we call things just like we see them, and the same goes for the naming scheme of our coral. So basically, if you see a coral, you explain the coral, you've pretty much already named the coral, alright? So the easiest one to name down there, it's a boulder, it's got lines and grooves just like a brain. What do you guys think we call that one? The brain coral, exactly. Another one you'll see down there, it looks like those big fluffy cattails. We actually call this one the sea rod or the sea whip. Now you're going to see some of them that are brown and fluffy, and then you're going to see others that are smooth and purple, sometimes a grayish color. These are actually the same type of coral. What they do is they run on a 12-hour sleeping and feeding cycle. So the brown fluffy one is awake and feeding, and then the smooth purple one is actually sleeping. So basically they'll feed for 12 hours, and then they'll sleep for 12 hours, and then they'll feed for 12 hours, and then they'll sleep again for another 12 hours. Does that sound familiar to any of you guys? Yeah? Another coral you're going to see down there, it's a mustardy boulder. It's got bumps on it. It almost looks like the head of a cauliflower. Anybody want to take a wild guess? Cauliflower coral, there you go. And then another one down there, this one's a little bit more difficult to name. He's purple, he lives in the sea, and he looks just like a fan. What do you guys think we call that one?
Fan coral.
Purple, lives in the sea, looks like a fan. Close, where does he live? Purple sea fan, there you go. Not rocket science, right? And then another one you're going to see down there, he's got those white tips on sort of brownie looking branches. He almost resembles a fire underneath the water, so we call him fire coral. There you go. Now the fire coral does not just get his name because he kind of looks like a fire, but also because if you were to go down there and touch him, he will actually burn you just like a fire will, alright? But it's not just the fire coral that can hurt you. All of these corals down here have a natural defense mechanism, which means that if you were to go down there and touch them, they will either give you a cut, a sting, or a burn. Alright, so very important that if you're planning on getting in the water while you're here, that you do not go down there and touch the coral, because you will definitely hurt yourself, but most importantly, you're actually going to be hurting the coral at the same time. And that's because they are very, very fragile animals. Now, a lot of people tend to think that corals are just plants. Well, you're half right. Corals are actually plant cells and animal cells that live together in a symbiotic relationship. So the plant cell will provide oxygen for the animal cell, while the animal cell in turn will provide carbon dioxide for the plant cell. But like I said, they're very fragile, so if you were to go